Hi, everybody. I hope everybody can hear me, and I'm coming in loud and clear. That's what I want. I decided to come on tonight because I wanted to make sure that I could do the review for the ice yarns so that I can proceed finishing it, finishing the blanket that I'm working on. So I wanted to make sure that um, I could do that so that you guys get to see them before I go, um, you know, so that you guys can see that because I'm going to be finishing the blanket that I'm working on, and I wanted to make sure that you guys got to see the yarn, especially the one that I'm finishing with, um, before I finish the last skein. So I wanted to do a review, and I wanted to concentrate, and I wasn't sure if I was going to do it live or do it, through video recording. I just decided to do live because I came on to need a meeting, so I figured, well, I've got the equipment up. I'll go ahead and come on and show you this. So in the description, you will see the reviews from and the affiliate links for all of these ice yarns. I'm just going over the favorite, the saver, and the saver 100. The cake yarn that I used, I don't have any of it left. I've used all of it. And that is in a couple videos back of my first ice review order. So I'm not doing that, but I really wanted to concentrate on these three because I think to some degree it is ones that people, I think they're the main, and there could be wrong, but there could be, I think the main that we through ice yarns, acrylic wise, that can be ordered. I did recently look, and I've been asked to do a couple blankets, and I tried to go through ice yarns, and they didn't have all the colors, so I couldn't order. I would have ordered through ice yarns. So I had a good experience with my order. It was quick. And so I'm going to be putting these up. Give me just a minute as I just let people know I'm going live. I didn't have a bad experience. When you're ordering ice yarns, you need to be understanding that you take the amount of skeins or cakes that you ordered, and you take that amount of whatever the yarn total is. Let's say it's $25. Let's say the shipping is $20, and you take that $20, and let's say the total is $45, and let's say you ordered, and I'm just making it up right now, let's say you ordered 20 or like 16 skeins, then you go ahead and divide that 16 into $45, and you'll come up with your price of exactly how much each skein is costing you. So it comes out to very reasonable in price with what the total cost is. So it actually is reasonable. It's just the only part I like to feel the yarn, and I don't get to feel it, so I have to kind of judge it when it comes. Hi, Sandy. But but that's why I want to do more and more ice yarn review orders, because I think it's a great outlet for yarn. And I'm finding that the yarn stores are just getting smaller and smaller and smaller as far as their selection. And so, but I want to give people a real good gist, especially of the acrylics, any of the bamboos, any of the cotton. I cannot do wools. I cannot do animal hair ones because I'm allergic to them. So if there's anybody that does order from ice yarn that wants to come on my channel and have ordered a recent ice yarn order and want to tell people what the feel is like and what it looks like and everything, I'm great with that. So we're going to kind of review a little bit of those 3 that I ordered, and I'm going to put them on the screen. When you go to Ice Yarns, you're going to type in the number. Again, all the numbers and the affiliate links are listed below any of these one specific colors that I did order. So I'm going to go, my first one I'm going to do is the turquoise. And it was a beautiful, beautiful color. That was the first one that I ordered. And that was this one. So it's a little, it is a true turquoise. If you want to know, it is a true turquoise. Very much a true turquoise. It's coming off a little bit more blue, but it is very much of a true turquoise. So this is Savor. And you got 2 skeins within your order. And I think it was like 350 something yards. It's 330 mils and 200 grams. They recommend a 5 hook. Now I did samples of each one of these. This was my sample of this color. Okay, this was a C to C. So this is what it looked like when you did a C to C. Okay. This is what it looked like when you did, this is a double crochet or single crochet here. Here's a double and here's a half. It is worsted. So if you look at it from this is a single over here. Or no, I have to look. This is a single. Then here's the double, and here's the half double crochet. I will say this about this yarn. I found that even though, hi Kristen, even though it says you can use a 5 hook, I found that it really honestly would be better with a 6. I used a 5, but I'm telling you, I probably could have used a 6 on this, if not a 5.5. So I felt like this was bulky, and it wasn't as soft as I thought it was going to be on the Savor. So if I was going to use this one, I found that even the 5 hook was difficult. I would have gone to a 5.5 or even a 6 when using this one. So I liked this one. It is beautiful. They had a lot of beautiful colors. I'd say Hobby Lobby is softer. I'd not put it as rough as Red Heart, but it wasn't as soft as I thought it was going to be. So that was Savor. And that one is listed. So if you go to the Ice Yarn website, you punch in that number, you're going to get this color. The next one, and I'm kind of doing this in order of my least to most. As a value yarn, I think it goes tremendously as far as your amount. But again, I think the hook size definitely needs to be moved on it because it wasn't, to me, accurate on the hook size. All right, the next one is going to be What They Say, and I'm hoping the pictures help. What They Say is pink. It is not pink at all. What I was going to use it for, I had to kind of modify what I did, and I'll show you what I did. This is the actual color. So I'm really glad I figured out how to put pictures. I'm going to get the chat up in the box at one point here. We're going to figure this out. But this is the color that it came in. You're looking at lavender. The picture on the screen is exactly what the color said it was going to be. Believe it or not. That's why I put it's purple, but they say it's pink, but it's not pink. It was a very, very much of a discrepancy to me in color. This is it's kind of like a pink. It's a purple, y'all. It's a purple. It's lavender. Exactly. It is lavender. This, again, I did it as, let's see. This is the single on the bottom. This is the half or the whole double crochet, and that's the half up there. It worked up very nicely, I will say that. And then this was done as a miniature of a C2C. It is lavender, for sure. There's no doubt about it. It's lavender. They washed up nicely. I will say that this got a little softer, and this did. The turquoise, it got a little softer. It's still not as soft as I thought it was going to be. I washed all these. This softened up a little bit. This did not soften up as much as I thought, the turquoise one. This is Savor. So I would just say, listening in my earbuds, I'm putting my earbuds on so I can listen to myself talk, and so I can hear what I'm saying, just so I can keep improving. And I kind of put my seat up a little bit so you don't feel like I'm sewing a hole. I don't know if anybody can notice that. This is the Savor 100. I would just say, if you're going to order this, kind of lean on the caution of, I'm going to order this again in other colors and see if it's that big of a discrepancy. Because this is lavender. It is beautiful, beautiful color, but it is lavender. It is not pink. And I may even write to them and say, you know what, that picture that you have in on your website does not look anything like this color. So that was my only issue with this. Do I like it? Yes. Did I find it easy to use? Yes. Would I say that the hook size was a 5? Yes. You got 4 skeins. Yes, they have a lot. You can sometimes get overwhelmed on their website just looking at all their yarn, believe me. But I think a lot of ice yarns, what happens is, in the stores, you will see ice yarn that has this same yarn as some of the stores, and they just put their own wrapper on it, and they get them from ice. So this came with 4 skeins. It's 100 grams, 210 mils. I think it was like 225 if I can remember right. It is soft, but I'm going to order more of it to see if we have such a discrepancy in colors. But I liked it. It worked up nicely, and I'd order it again. I would just be cautious because of such discrepancy of color. I don't know if you can see that, but that's a huge discrepancy of the color. And I'm glad I could put the pictures up. So that was that. My next one that out of all the ones that I ordered, the one that I liked using the best was this one. This is Favorite. And I probably should have put the Favorite, but it really doesn't matter because it's the numbers that ICE goes by. You can put Favorite in the search bar. You can put Savor 100 in the search bar or Savor, and it will pull all the colors up. But this was Favorite. I probably should have marked that. That's the one I actually enjoyed using the most. It was the softest. It was very cushy. This was what it looked like in C2C. And which is one of my favorite things to do, by the way. This was a single, a double, and a triple crochet, or half double crochet. I'll get it right, half double. So that's what that looked like when I did it up. I really liked it. Now, when I did the blanket for my aunt, this recommends a 5. You got 4 skeins with this one. It's 100 grams, 210 mils, about the same in yards. This one is the one that I actually went down to a 4.5 because of the cake yarn I ordered. Again, I don't have any of it left. You can go back to, and I think I put the cake yarn in the description here at the affiliate link, so you could go to it if you wished. But this was the one that that I really enjoyed out of all of them using was Favorite. It was cushy, it was soft, it washed up beautifully. It's the softest one of all of them. Now, I will say I had my husband feel each one of them, and he said that he liked the Savor out of all of them. But this was my favorite. Out of all the ones was Favorites to use. And I found it really nice. And I tried to order it again for the project I'm working on right now, but they didn't have all the colors I needed. So that's one drawback too, is that like I went on trying to find some of the colors I needed. They didn't have it. But this was very nice. I liked it out of the 3 that I ordered. And the reason I'm doing this live is so if people are looking for those specific 3 from Ice and they're just trying to have somebody give them an opinion on specifically those 3, you can come here and say, okay, this is her opinion. Understand it's just my opinion. It said my husband felt all of them, and to him, this was the softest. My mother felt it, and she agreed with me. This was the softest. So it's up to people's personal preference when they feel it, and what they like and what they like working with. I could work a 4.5 easily with this, even though it said a 5, and be fine with it. This one, it would be very difficult. It would be very tight and thick if I used a 4.5 with this one. So it's up to your preference, I think, and what you like working with. This was my favorite. Was my favorite out of all the ones to use. And it also depends which color you can get it into. And Saver 100 was another one that I really liked. It all depends on the color, too, as well. So this was the blanket I did. And I got it done. It's a corner to corner. And that was putting that cake in. You can see the brown. I didn't use the turquoise. But you can see the brown is here. That brown, the favorite that I like so much. This was, I think, soft or something, but that was a nice one. But this was the brown one that you can see on there. And it came out really beautiful. This in the middle was that cake yarn. Now you can see why the original thing I got from the picture, let me pull it up again. Let's see, you can see this one. As where I was trying to get this color as an alternative to be able to put in with the blanket. I'm still working on getting my camera figured out. You can see why I could not put this color with this. It was totally disconnected. It wouldn't have worked with this color and with this. So I couldn't do it. So I will go ahead. So I kind of had to do an alternative a little bit in understanding, how I was going to work it out originally. So I will post this finished one when I'm finished, because I still have to do a border on it. I will do the finished project of the ice yarn except for this ivory part in the middle, because I felt it needed it. I will put it on the lighthouse beacons. But if I was going to say to you, I can't wait to order more ice yarns and do more ice yarns reviews for everybody. And thank you, Sandy. And let you all know, I'm going to do more reviews, more orders down the road of Saver 100, so we can see if that's that big of discrepancy of the color. I don't know if it's just that one or whether the Saver 100s have other discrepancies in colors. So we're going to see about that. So I didn't have a bad experience. I'd order from them again. And I hope to be able to do that. Because I think I'm finding that there's stores like Joann's, or some of them are closing. Like our Joann's, the yarn department is small, and there's not really a lot of selection. I had to go to Hobby Lobby and get yarn yesterday, and I just like, there's 3 aisles of yarn. There's one down here, one down here, and a little bit on the other side, and that's it. So it's great to have different alternatives, and I will be ordering from places like Hirschner's down the road and other places so that you guys can see it, so you can see what's available on the internet for yarn, and getting different yarn and so forth and so on. So that's what I'm hoping to do down the road. I have to do it responsibly because I have a lot of yarn. I have a lot of yarn. I got to make sure that I'm doing that responsibly and budget wise responsibly. So anyway, I just thought I'd come on because I wanted to make sure that I did this yarn review so that I could finish the blanket, and I have to do the border, and I didn't want to. Like I said, I have one skein of that brown left, and I'd order that brown again and favorite in a heartbeat. It is beautiful, beautiful yarn, in my opinion, to work with. It's just my opinion. But out of all the three, and from the thumbnail, you can see I put favorite, Savor 100, and I put Savor last. Because you get about the same, about the same quantity in Savor 100 or favorite and Savor 100 as you do in Savor. I just think the Savor 100 and the favorite are softer and a little bit better quality yarn. However, the not all the colors that are in Savor 100 and favorites as it is in Savor. And just realize if you order Savor, you're probably gonna use a bigger hook size. I thought I was working a 5 as it recommended, and I'm thinking you could use a 5.5 or a 6 easily. I thought it was thick, and it was a bulkier acrylic yarn than both the Savor 100 or the favorite. So that's just a little bit more detail on my experience with those three yarns that people are looking and saying, I like myself. Hi Misty. If I was trying to understand exactly, like I searched the web going, can somebody tell me out of three yarns to do, which one, what do they feel like? What do they look like? How do they wash like? I couldn't find it. So it was very difficult to find. So, again, just as a recap, if I was going to do it, my first one is favorite. Look seriously at the favorite. It is cushy and soft. It works up beautifully. I didn't have a lot of splitting in the yarn with any of them. I can't say that there was a problem with splitting in any way, shape, or form. This, I think, out of all of them, washed up the best and was a little softer after wash. So my top pick out of those three are favorite. You get 4 skeins within a package of favorite. I love this yarn. I really, really enjoyed working with it. My next one was Savor 100. It's nice. My only problem is, again, it's a discrepancy of color. That to me was a huge, that was a negative, was such a discrepancy in color. Was that one. And then my third one, that was to me a much thicker acrylic, on the thicker side of the worsted weight, and wasn't as soft, to me anyway, is the Savor. Worked up beautifully. It is a beautiful turquoise color, but you need to use a bigger hook size with it for sure. And it is not as soft as either one of those. So I hope that helps somebody that's looking at any one of those colors. And again, I will be doing more ice yarn reviews, but I wanted to finish up the blanket because I want to get the blanket out for my aunt tomorrow we're going to be doing a topic called "You Can Do It," and if Christine's still here, it was brought up kind of by her because she had talked about, if I remember right, about trying to do the nail art where you do all the nails and doing the string, and she said, you know, she's got to get back into it, and she didn't think she was the greatest at it. And so I did all of my daughter's flowers for her wedding, all of her I did 8 bridal bouquets, 13 corsages, 13 boutonnieres, excuse me. I don't know how many corsages, and all of her bridesmaids flowers and her bridal bouquet. And I can tell you it was I didn't think I could do it, but I ended up doing it. So why I'm doing that show is because I want to encourage people. I don't care if you're just starting with crochet, but if it is helping you pick up a hook and not be in pain, yes. Got your kiddo off to bed? So now you can have time by yourself for a while, right? You don't have to be this good. I wasn't this good when I started, y'all. I wasn't this good, okay? And I'm still learning. You don't have to be this good. I want to encourage people. Pick up a crochet hook. Pick up the yarn with the nails in them, and I will bring out that picture when I'm on tomorrow night. There's diamond art. I don't care what it is. If it's helping you get through the day and helping you deal with the pain and depression, I can tell you, and I can't thank enough people for last week. And I'm going to try not to cry. I'm not a crier, but I'm going to try not to. Thank you for those people that stepped in and just reached out, because I was having a really, really hard day. I was dealing with that hand. I couldn't crochet. And we're also going to have, I'm going to do another show when it comes to another part of my pain that I was dealing with. And my body, fibromyalgia, went through heck. Because I couldn't, after my hand got slammed in the door, I couldn't even speak. The pain was so bad. So my body was riveted the next day. And I could not pick up a crochet hook. I couldn't bend my hand. I couldn't. You can see the bruise a little bit on here. I couldn't bend my hand. I couldn't crochet. I was exhausted and I was hurting. And I couldn't do this. This is my battle plan when I'm hurting. This is how I mentally keep here in a good place. And I just kept reaching out to people on the lifeboat and people on here saying, I'm really struggling today because I can't do what I normally do. And I realized in such a big way how much being on here, and I missed it when I had to say to y'all, I can't come on because I just don't have the strength for it. How much that connection and how much having my crochet hook and doing what I do crochet wise helps me get through my day. And it hit so hard. And I found myself really depressed Wednesday because I was just sitting there going, oh goodness, I can't do what I normally do. How do I get through today? I'm hurting so bad. How do I get through today? And I just had to take minute and minute. Oh, I'm so glad, Sandy, you're taking, you're making a hat. You're glad to see me. I need the meaning. I was trying to get on there to say something about, say hi to Tommy, but it didn't happen. I was trying to have computer problem. I was having computer issues, but one day, but you don't have to be this good at first. Pick up anything if it gets you through the day, but I was really struggling. So we're going to have a discussion about that. We're going to have a women's only discussion. Men can certainly join, but we'll have that as well. I'm going to fix my wall. I did this. I got it all fixed up. If I can, and it's going to go here. Now that I got the right thing for it, it's going to go here, so you don't have to look at the scratches from my chair on the wall. But it's on the thing. I just haven't been able to put it up. But that's going on the wall soon. And I also have something, and I will do it at another live, but I have an idea that I hope that I can really get together to make happen. And I think that we can do it through here and through all the people on the lifeboat. So we're going to make that happen. But tomorrow will just be a time to come on, and I'm going to show you just me not think. I mean, I was scared to death to try to make these flowers for my daughter's wedding and didn't think I could. And I'm telling you, I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but I had compliment after compliment and people that told me, man, they look like real flowers. And my daughter says, you know, Mom, I look at those flowers every day. And just they're beautiful. But I want people to realize they think they can't do it. Do it. It may not be what you fall in love with. I mean, I tried knitting and I didn't like it. I wasn't good at it. My mother can knit beautifully. I can't. I crochet. So if you can't do that, pick something else up. Try that. If that doesn't do it, do that. But if you never picked it up to start with, you would never know whether you could do it or not. So that is the reason why I want to do that show, so we can encourage you to find something creative or some kind of outlet if you're dealing with any kind of chronic illness or dealing with any kind of depression or whatever it is. Pick up something. It doesn't have to be yarn that you enjoy, so that your hands are busy and your mind is in someplace else. I have totally enjoyed watching Creatures Great and Small and crocheting lately. And we're just going to continue down this road and continue making connections and continue growing. And I'm excited. I will be doing more yarn review orders, especially for ice yarns. But I also want to, let people know how they feel and what they did, in a, worked up and that kind of thing. And I'll post this blanket on the Lighthouse Beacons. So, we'll do our normal one tomorrow. Like I said, I already had my equipment up and I thought, let me get this done so that I can move to get the blanket done for my aunt. So she is doing well, and just if you she's on chemo, so just please continue to keep her in your prayers. I would tremendously appreciate it. And on May the 15th, not May the 15th, boy oh boy, I'm not ready for May yet. February 15th at 7:30 CST time and 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, I will be on The Other's Keeper. So look for me there too. I'm excited to come on her. I contacted her and we talked, and I'm going to come on and try to share where I am fibromyalgia wise. I moved my chair up, so I hope that helps, because now I don't feel like I'm so in a hole like I was before. So hopefully that helps. But I will be on her channel on February the 15th. And we're going to work to try maybe Thursday. We'll see. Try to get my daughter on. She's excited about doing some live feeds with her and live streaming with her. She's a joy. So I was very blessed as a mom. But again, join me tomorrow night to, talk about just continuing, find something that you can do that is going to keep your hands busy. It will keep your mind busy. It will put you in a good place, and stay connected. Connection is so important. And I realized that last Wednesday. I couldn't get my hands busy with anything. I couldn't crochet. I couldn't do anything. I had to stay connected. I had to let people know I was struggling. And people were just there to pray for me and let me know they were thinking about me. And if I needed to talk, I had places and people that I could talk to. And it was going to be okay. And I was going to get through what seemed like it seemed like a long time. But I was so glad I was connected. So let's stay connected and be there for each other and, getting to know each other and just keep growing. And, I'm just so fortunate that I can do this. And we're going to keep getting better and better, and we're going to keep growing. And I'm excited. If you know anybody that would like to have me on to either discuss dealing with fibromyalgia or, really encouraging mothers of special need children or, so forth and so on, I would be glad to come on their show and discuss that. I'd be more than glad to do that. So I'm going to get off here. I don't want to make this too long because I want people that want to just come on for the review of those yarns to be able to get the information that they need to get. Again, ice yarns can be overwhelming, and maybe if I can figure out one of these times how to do a screen share so I can kind of go through it with everybody that's not familiar with it. Just when you're going through ice yarns, take your time, go through it, and realize the shipping will get you going, relax. Just take the amount, hi Bliss, take the amount of ice yarn, or the amount of ice yarns, the amount of skeins you have, okay? I was saying I just ordered 3. Favorite was my favorite. Was my favorite one, but go and put the amount of skeins you have, whatever it is, the amount of yarn, and then take the amount of shipping, combine them together, and again, if you have 20 skeins, you're going to take the full price of the shipping and the yarn together and divide that, and usually you'll come up to like $2 or $3 a skein. It's very reasonable, but don't let the shipping scare you off because you can't calculate it. And the more you order from ice, the cheaper the yarn gets. And there's some beautiful, beautiful yarns on there. I can only review the ones again that are acrylic or cotton or bamboo. Anybody that can order other yarns that would like to get on here, I could go on their channel or what have you, and they'd like to come on here and have done a ice order and have done the wools and stuff. I'd be glad to do a collaboration with that. So you guys that can, I came on from ice yarns through Bag a Day. That's how I found them. But I had not seen anybody do the Pacific ones I was looking for. And for those people, Sandy, that are dealing with, like for me, there's a lot of ice reviews, can I say it 3,000 times? Ice yarn reviews out there. A lot of them focus on wool. Some do throw in acrylic. Bag a Day does throw in acrylic a little bit. But for me, there are true people that cannot use wool. I can't touch it. If I touch wool, I have to have gloves on. I'm from Australia. Choices are extremely limited, Bliss is saying. So I love getting reviews from people that actually have tried it. Like I said, I'll pull them up real quick so you can see them. I don't have any place to go. I'm partying with my friends as far as I look at it. Like I said, these were the 3 I ordered. This is Savor. This was Savor. This was Savor 100. And this is Favorites. My one out of all 3 of them, and Bliss, if you go down to the description, you will see affiliate links for all of them. My one that I liked the best was Favorite. My precaution, the only one that I want to do more orders on is this one, because I want to see if this was just an oopsie or whether this is the case. Can you not see the difference in this, in the pink to this? It's a lavender. It is not a pink. So that was my only, and the reason I had gotten it, all these colors here, okay, was to go with one of the cake yarns, and I've used it all to go in this project. And you can see the pink there. That would have never worked. Wildly different. This is lavender. That's not that color. That was my only regret. I think it is soft. My first one was that brown was the Favorite. That was my first choice. I love that yarn. Savor is rougher. But this one is soft. I love the texture of it. It's just a wildly different color than that. That was my only bummer about that one. But I can't use any, I can't use any animal like wool or stuff. I can't use any of that. I will break out in a rash, and I would prefer not breaking out in a rash. So I have to avoid using anything with wool in it. I wish I could, but I can't. So I'm going to focus when I do ice, acrylic, and bamboo and cotton. Again, if anybody that does wool and stuff want to come on, and we could do a detailed review from their side of what they looked like, then go ahead. I showed 2 little scraps I did of everything, and I washed them all, and Favorite still came back as my alt. That was, out of anyone, that was my washed, working with. My Favorite was totally the favorite one I liked working with. Absolutely. So if you haven't come on Bliss again before, we're going to come on tomorrow. We're going to discuss, just do it. If you got a craft and you're not sure, just try it. If it's not for you, try something else. We do a lot of yarn reviews on this channel. We really focus on connection as a real key point of this channel, as well as dealing with fibromyalgia and that kind of thing. I will send people to places I find good tutorials for crochet. I don't want to teach crochet. I want to get on it and build those connections with people. I don't want to be the one teaching how to crochet, and that may change down the road, but that's not what the focus of this channel is. Focus is connection, and for those people that also would like to join us, we have a Facebook group that's public right now. It probably will eventually turn to private. I'm just making it public for easy access. The Lighthouse Beacons, because we all need to be lighthouses. And we all need to, we're a lighthouse. We all need to be those beacons, getting connection and encouraging other people. And that's what I want to do, is come on here and do this. So even though I'm blessed to crochet, and I love crocheting, and my mom does too, it is not the focus. You found me on the lifeboat. And Bliss says, and uses crochet as meditation craft for myself and self-taught. I did the same thing. I self-taught, and that's why I do not want to teach somebody else, because I probably picked up some bad habits. But it just happens to be what I use dealing with fibromyalgia. I want to make sure that I am also, as far as I'm concerned, a survivor of fibromyalgia, and I can talk about what's your battle plan, how are you dealing with it, what's your struggles. Everybody has different struggles with it, but there's not enough voices out there for fibromyalgia, and it's not all up here, y'all. It's not. And my daughter said she'll come on and talk about having a mom dealing with it, having a family member deal with it. And I'm going to be on The Other's Keeper again on February 15th talking about it. I went to my doctor today and I said, um, I just don't think working outside the house is ever going to be a possibility again. He said, no. He said, we got to make you comfortable. But I'm really enjoying this channel and growing it because this is going to be my connection to a lot of people, and helping people. And, you know, when I'm struggling, just like Tommy uses his channel as a way of, staying sober. I'm a social person and I can't always be out there and socially, be social because of my fibromyalgia. So if I can connect with people this way, it's great. Christine says she's been watching The Other's Keepers and the interviews she's been doing lately and happy to see me there. Christine also says I have fibromyalgia, but it doesn't have me. Absolutely. It doesn't have me. But you know what? It can get discouraging. Not Christy, I'm sorry, Misty, Dragon. I love that. It just gets discouraging. And when you first have it and you don't know how to battle it, and just like when I had my hand and I couldn't do what I normally do to focus to deal with the pain. It was hard. It was difficult. It was a struggle, because I was really battling it. And you'll watch my live tomorrow. Okay. I've been summoned to some actual work. I battle. I have to battle it, and it's just, you have a good day. Bliss. I'm going to get it right. You make people work. I like that. I'm going to eventually get the chat up in here when I figure out how to do it, and eventually go to StreamYard, but that's down the road. We'll get there. We'll get there one step at a time, because I'd love for the chat to be actually in the window, and I can't. There's got to be a way to do it. I'm going to figure it out. You don't know me, y'all, but I'm going to figure it out. I'm a determined little person over here. But I think that, fibromyalgia doesn't have me, but there are the days where you struggle. And, and where you're going, I'm tired today, or I have a migraine that popped out of left field, or whatever it is. It's just, it can be tiring and exhausting. And when your family doesn't understand, and when you're just trying to go through the grieving process of how to deal with it, and all that kind of stuff, it wears on you. And so if I can be a voice to people that are battling it, and they can just be there, I told the nurse at the doctor's today, and he said it was a great analogy, and I'll leave with this. I eventually go to StreamYard, but after 20 hours, StreamYard charges, and I didn't want to be constricted with that. I wanted to come on whenever I wanted to, and if I did more than 20 hours, then I was constricted to that. I didn't want to, so I use OBS. So I'm just trying to figure it out. I got the pictures up there. I just got to figure out how to get the stream up there. When you're dealing with chronic pain, and this is why picking up a crochet hook or doing something is so important. When you're dealing with chronic pain, most people, when they're dealing with pain, imagine the most annoying noise you have ever heard. It could be the smoke alarm. How many people have the smoke alarm and the battery goes out and it goes beep, beep, beep? My husband has his Omnipod, and when that thing runs out of insulin, it goes, ee. Something, just picture the most annoying noise. Somebody dealing with fibromyalgia or chronic pain, when their pain level goes above, like if your normal pain range where you can tolerate is a 4, but when it starts going to a 5 or 6 or 7, that smoke alarm or whatever that noise is always on. So people with chronic pain take that smoke alarm or take the noise and they put it under a pillow. They do something like crochet. They take whatever medication they need to take that's prescribed by their doctor that you use appropriately, and they take that. The noise is now under the pillow. It's muted, but in the back of my head, I can still hear it. I may not be at a 4 or 5 or 6 or 7. I may be at a 2. I stay at a 2 or 3 throughout my day. When, like, the day that I hurt my hand and I couldn't do this, my pillow was removed. And the pain was higher. And so that noise was louder. There was no muffling of the noise. And you haven't figured out OBS. It takes some time. I'm going to have to come privately on and do a private stream so I can figure out how to get the live chat in and make it private so I'm the only one that sees it. But then when your pain level goes out, when your pain level goes over, that pillow is removed. When the medicine wears off or whatever it may be, the pillow's taken off. And if you don't have something else to put the pillow back on the noise, all you're doing is walking the floors. When people deal with pain that don't have it chronically, they just take the battery and they take it out and they remove it and they put a new battery in and the noise stops. Somebody that's dealing with chronic pain or fibromyalgia, that's never happening for them. They have to find things like crochet, like, a medication, whatever it may be, taking walks, finding something to do so they can put the pillow over the noise. So it's muffled. So your focus isn't, I'm hurting, I'm hurting, I'm hurting, I'm hurting. That was my Wednesday. What did I do? I couldn't do this. Took the medication I was supposed to take. I put on a Creatures Great and Small, and I laid in bed, and I had to zone out. I had to find something other than what I normally did in order to dull the pain. So I think that's a great analogy to be able to tell people, and the guy at the office said, that's a great analogy. I said, for me, that noise is always there. It's never going away. It's always going to be in here. No matter what it is, it's always going to be there. But what am I doing? What pillow am I using appropriately and correctly to deal with the pain? Because it's never going to shut off. But we have to be aware of that, and we have to have voices out there that are going to be able to, like myself, for people that are struggling with it. Or doctors that want to be insensitive about it and tell you that you're it's all in your head and you're dreaming of it. Or like the doctors that came in and told me I had fibromyalgia and said, yep, you have fibromyalgia, goodbye. There was no caring in that. Okay, now I have this, and now what am I supposed to do with it? So there needs to be voices out there for people that are struggling with this and having to deal with it. I'm having a pretty good day today. I came home from my doctor, hung out with my daughter a little bit, and then I went and took a nap. And I thought, I knew I needed to take a nap. I'm going to lie here. I took an hour nap. I took self-care of myself today to make sure that I did what was right. And then I'm going to spend the evening crocheting because I have somebody that wants me to do a blanket, actually 2 of them. And so I'm helping somebody out and I'm doing them a couple blankets for them. So I'm going to, like I posted, I think, in the Lighthouse Beacons, I will be a little busy girl. I've got a baby's blanket for a family member of ours that are having a baby. And I got commissioned for a temperature blanket, and then I got 2 more blankets that I was commissioned for, so I won't be busy. And more excuses to go yarn shopping is never a bad thing. Never bad, especially when it's not your money. It's never a bad thing when you can go to the store and say, I didn't spend anything. Because when I go into a yarn store, my husband's like, oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. And I was like, well, there's never enough yarn. Never enough yarn. Oh, anyway. But you know what? We're going to come on. I'll do some more of those times where I just come on and bring my crochet hook. And I will direct you places to crochet, to learn how to crochet. It's just not going to be here. I never wanted to take this channel here. And I can thank Tommy for giving me the courage to do this in the direction that I wanted to do it in. Like I said, I've got a special project. And I will be putting it in the lighthouse beacons, and I will be putting it in the lifeboat. I'm going to be getting a P.O. box soon here to have it. And I think it's a really cool idea. And so I will be announcing that soon. But I'm excited about it. And I've got a list of topics. You think you will never, I'm going to run out of things to talk about. And you don't know me because I can talk. I can talk, and I'm thankful for it. Dad, thank you. He had the gift of gab, and he gave it to his daughter. For sure. So I'm going to get off here. I know for a fact tomorrow will be the topic of the flowers. I don't know if Thursday I may try. Christine said no. My dad could never run out of something to talk about. I mean, he just could talk about anything. You went live today? Well, you put together my meds. Yeah, you know what? So I decided to come on. I thought I'll come on and do the yarn review. And I did catch you. I did see that you went live, and I think either I was on Need a Meaning or I was taking a nap. I can't remember what it was. I was doing something. But tomorrow we're going to talk about the flowers. I've got pictures. Get those loaded in and show you them. But I surprised myself. They turned out gorgeous. Gorgeous on if you see the thumbnail, they turned out gorgeous on the wedding day. That the camera just did a gorgeous job. So I will put some pictures up in there tomorrow. Trying to see if I can pull one up real quick. My computer's telling me, you've been on too long today. I'm going to make noises. This was my daughter's bouquet. I don't know if you can see it. I'll put some pictures up tomorrow so y'all can see them. That was her bouquet I did. So, you know, and I didn't think I could do it, but I did it. And they turned out beautiful. And they were gorgeous. So I want to encourage people to never know. You'll never know. If you don't try, you'll never know. And I'll show you what I used. Solo wood flowers is another awesome thing to get into, because it's amazing what you can do with those flowers. So I'll get some pictures ready for tomorrow, because I figured out how to bid the pictures. Now I just got to figure out how to do the chat. And Mr. Dragon, if you want me to make you a mod, then go ahead and let me know, and I will go ahead and add you, and then that way you can drop your link. I haven't figured out how to do that, If you want to go ahead and drop your link to your channel, go ahead and do so. But if you want me to make you a moderator, then let me know. And then when you come on, you can drop your link yourself if you'd like to do that, or anybody else's. So let me know. She has an awesome channel, by the way. I enjoy her. I'm going to get off here. It's 8 o'clock. I don't know if Tommy's coming on his, but I want to catch the lifeboat, have some dinner, and go relax and go crochet. So I hope everybody has a great, great night. Just let's stay connected. And, I'm just thankful that God's given me this opportunity to be able to come on and be a voice to people that are dealing with chronic pain, or, dealing with children with special needs, or whatever it is. We're going to just talk about everything and maybe talk about some hard stuff. So hopefully that review helped you, and don't get overwhelmed when you go to the Ice Yarn page. It can be overwhelming, but do not get overwhelmed by them. Just one step by one step, and we'll get through it. I will see everybody later. Have a great and blessed day, and I will talk to everybody later. See you all tomorrow. God bless and spread those blessings.